Here we go. Be quiet, everybody. Hey, everybody. For the first time since World War II, the Rose Parade will be canceled. Many think it's because they can take up to 6 months it can take to build those massive floats, but that's not the truth. What happened is, after gaining over 75 COVID pounds, the FTD logo of the god Hermes just can't get his little winged feet off the ground to deliver flowers. That didn't go as well as I thought. Start the show.
In a cabin, going crazy, cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine. We've been quarreling, we've been snarling, oh my darling wife of mine. It's a toilet paper zombie apocalypse, so we're here in quarantine.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. That way you can make sure your stream is solid and prepare your home to be quiet, except for laughing and clapping, of course. Facebook and Instagram sometimes chime when you get a message. These chimes are audible to everyone in the Virtual Comedy Show, so please turn off notifications and all other sounds on your device. Don't know how? Google it. That's why you're here 15 minutes early. Though we love kids and pets, a comedy club is not a good place for them. They don't understand the need for quiet, and the jokes are not intended for them, especially cats. No sense of humor at all. Please, no pets or kids at the Virtual Comedy Show. Please don't heckle or chat at your table. It's more fun for you if you can hear others laugh, and more fun for others if they can hear you laugh. So keep your mic on and laugh all you like. But with 100 mics on, we may hear coughing or barking dogs or screaming babies or attacking zombies, and this can easily drown out the comedian. Please place your phone or other device 6 feet from you so we don't hear every breath you take, and mute your device if your area becomes filled with noisy zombie dog babies. And once you vanquish those zombies, unmute yourself. If you're not sure how, ask us via the chat system, aka typing, and we will help you. We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. We've all been in our pajamas for weeks. No one will judge your hair, we promise. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our strange quarantine world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hey everyone! It's time for the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Sid Davis!
live from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassell!
Let's hear applause so we know there are people here.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. So, hi, everybody. Ellen, turn your mic back on. We can't, we have to have your sound on. And hello, by the way, everybody, we're live on Facebook, too. If you're there, great. I'm not monitoring it. I don't think anybody is, but we hope you're watching. And, of course, we've got our esteemed friends. I see people like Valerie. Say hi, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
We got my brother whose audio doesn't work. We've got Jeff. Jeff, it's good to see you.
Jeff.
Yeah, I missed you, Brad. I haven't seen you since Tuesday.
Haven't seen you since Tuesday in COVID Nightmare, Mishawaka. And we've got Ellen is here too. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Ellen is new. So I'm going to tell Ellen that this is where I do the jokes and people leave. So don't leave.
Hey, Sid.
And what happens too is usually people know this is when I do the jokes and they wait till it's done and then they come in to see Steve and the comedian. So, okay. So Steve, hi, Steve. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
And of course, Sid is here. Hello, Sid.
Hi. Yay!
Hi. So, Steve, I have a question this week. Do you want me to go hard first or do something light before we go deep?
I want you to hit hard. I want you to dodge. I want you to weave. I want you to dance.
Okay.
I want you to mess him up.
You said this. Okay. So, the first joke. So, the mayor of Portland was thanking thousands of supporters for opposing Trump's trying to occupy Portland. And Trump's troops gassed the mayor and the protester. Did you see this? He gassed the mayor and the protester. Acting Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf said the federal troops are not the Gestapo. And then he goose-stepped over to Trump and said, Heil. See, that's,
Yeah.
is that rough? I told
hard.
you.
Yeah. Keep
You
going.
said,
Just keep
you
going.
said to go hard. Okay.
I did.
And
I thought you had some jokes, though.
No, well, I didn't say there was a joke.
I'm just kidding. You're doing great.
Time to bring out the bird.
Bring out the bird. And Trump also announced he is sending 280 federal agents to Chicago and Albuquerque to combat increased gun violence by having them shoot people
Yeah.
and create more gun violence. Okay.
Ironic.
Okay, and now on the other side, Joe Biden yesterday called Trump the country's first racist president. Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
You get all your news from me, don't you, Steve? Look at everybody
I do.
else. Everybody else know that? One thing you can say about Joe, like a lot of people over 100, although he is not having problems with his short-term memory, but the long-term memory doesn't seem to be going so good. The response, by the way, to Biden's comment was immediate. "This is a travesty," tweeted the ghost of Woodrow Wilson. "I literally removed all black people from government." I don't know if y'all know this. Woodrow Wilson was a horrible, horrible racist. Joe amended his comments by saying that the slave-owning presidents were not racist, but super capital racialicious.
Nice.
I didn't say that right. Super capital racialicious. How about that?
That's how you said it.
Is that how I said it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when reporters reminded Biden of his past, of calling African-American predators and too sociopathic for redemption, and calling integration the most racist thing in the world, he said, but I haven't been president yet. See, Steve, you led me astray. I should have done the light stuff
It's all my
first.
fault. It's entirely my
It's
fault.
all my fault. I'm so mad.
I enjoyed
Okay, let's go something a little lighter. How about this? Major League Baseball is playing. Sid, you're into the baseball. Who played?
I am.
The Mets and who?
Well, the Mets aren't playing. That's the Yankees and Nationals. No, I don't know. I haven't checked.
I know the
I didn't
Mets.
watch.
Well, the Mets are putting a game.
I'm pretty sure it's not the Redskins.
It's not. Yeah, no, that's football, Steve. But thank
I
you
know
for
that.
cross sporting.
I'm trying to be current.
Well, so Major League Baseball starts. They're going to have 60 games and a crowd full of flat Ronnies, if you know what that is. The Mets for $40, you can have a cutout of yourself in the stands at the Mets game. And for $400, your cutout can play first base.
I like
That's
that.
nice. See, that was light.
That was good.
Everyone can enjoy
I know.
that.
I should have started. See, Steve, I got to
Never
start.
listen to me. When are you going to
And
listen
go
to
to-
me
okay.
and stop listening to me?
And Mike Tyson will be back in the ring September 12th for an 8-round exhibition fight against Roy Jones. Tyson is 54. Jones is 51. That's 105. Fans said it would be more entertaining if their cardboard cutouts when they were 21 fought. Because they're old. Tyson has been huge and done drugs for 20 years. This isn't going to be good. So now, by the way, Tyson had originally requested to fight Evander Holyfield. But when asked, Evander said, "What? I'm sorry, speak into my good ear." Because he bit his ear. Okay.
Oh, I thought just because he was
Regret
old.
on her face, everybody. Regret on her face. Okay.
That's good.
Okay, let's try with this. This one, my wife liked the end of this joke, but not the beginning. The Columbus Zoo is frantic. They are frantic. One of their red pandas is missing. This is totally true. Overnight, she just disappeared, and there is no camera evidence of where she went or how she got out. My first thought is check late night talk shows and their Zoom roster. Where's Jack Hanna? Remember Jack Hanna? He used to
I
do
do. San Diego
those kinds of
Zoo.
things. And he has a tendency to show up with TV animals that no one knows how he got them, and he knows nothing about the animal. That's what's funny. One time, I saw this once. One time, a host asked Jack if a snake was venomous, and he said, "I don't know. It hasn't bitten me yet."
Yeah.
That's how Jack Hanna is smart. So
Man, he could
now,
be president.
I know. Now, the real zookeepers at Columbus, by the way, have asked the public to not approach the red panda if they see it. They're very docile and shy, and they frighten very easily, the red pandas, unlike the black and white panda that knows kung fu.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, really? I had faith in that joke. Jeff, it feels like I'm back at the smokestack. So, Jeff, he and I did the smokestack brewery the other night, and it was just like this. This is what it was like. Okay, let's
This
try
time
this one.
You didn't have to drive for this one.
Except I can see you and hear you now.
That's true. But the mic there was like you were talking literally into a rock. There was no point in even having it. So, okay, tell me if this is cute. During a Zoom parliament meeting, I can't use my mouth today. During a Zoom parliament meeting in the UK, an MP, John Nicholson, was discussing the future and culture of broadcasting when his cat Rocco took over the feed. It was a funny moment for everybody. All the parliament and prime minister were laughing. And then immediately, Prime Minister Boris Johnson jumped into action, ran in, and gave the cat COVID?
Nah.
Okay.
Oh.
No? Ellen kind of laughed at that one, so good.
I like that one.
Boy, the Facebook feed is going great. Okay, last one, and I have zero faith in it. Here we go. This is not a racist joke. Are you ready? How
Well, it
many
was.
Polish army men does it take to invade the Czech Republic? How many Polish army men does it take to invade the Czech Republic? The answer is however many wander in. So the Polish military in June, this just happened a half a month ago, the Polish military invaded the Czech Republic by mistake. Luckily, this is totally true. Luckily, unlike the rest of the world, the Czechs have a sense of humor and said, they left some nice kartoflanka, so it's okay. Now, it seems the Polish troops, they got lost near the border. Now, it's the UK, so up until COVID, the borders were open. So the border's been open since COVID, and they got lost near a church. So they were actually on the church grounds in Czechoslovakia, and they were actually stopping people from going into church because they were Czechoslovakian and they thought they were in Poland. And so that's weird. And there's no joke there. The border's been closed for the last 3 months. Czech officials did say that the troops had no hostile intent, and they left a little embarrassed and apologetic. And one of the corporals said, "That's so us." Polish troops.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad
Nice.
we're doing our first live one today. That's what
Perfect.
I'm glad about. So.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to something a lot better. Let's go and look at Steve Goodie, everybody. Let's see what Steve Goodie is. There he is. Everybody say hi.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Brad.
Everybody
Boy,
say hi.
it's just good to be back. Remember last week we tried to do this, and everywhere that we were broadcasting from, Comcast went out. And that
In
was
Indy, where I
frustrating.
was, no Comcast,
Yeah.
out. People couldn't get in.
We'd been doing this. We'd been doing this for 16 weeks. The first week we missed. Thanks, Comcast.
and my jokes were so good.
And what's funny is that I'd had a Comcast outage the day before that and the day before that. And I don't know if you guys have been struggling with lack of internet, but it just adds insult to injury. It's bad enough you can't go out of the house. Now I can't do anything in the house. So our top 10 list category tonight is the top 10 activities during a Comcast outage during a pandemic. Let's go over that again. It's the top 10 activities during a Comcast outage during a pandemic. Number 10, far less house cleaning than you might think. Number 9, walk around the neighborhood pretending to be a census taker, finding out who has unsecured Wi-Fi. Number 8, finally realize that none of my neighbors has internet either.
Yeah, why would you wait? Why would you think
I was desperate. I tried. Number 7, tell my phone, you are completely useless, about 9,000 times in an alarmingly loud voice. Number 6, enjoy texts from Comcast telling me that I can get more information at the following website. That's true. That is true.
Yes.
Number 5, formulate plan to infest Comcast with anthrax. Okay.
You could get in trouble for doing that.
I know. Number 4, start wondering if the name Comthrax would ever catch on. It might. It's got a shot.
That's a good
Number
one.
3, rearrange the letters in Comcast Communications Corporation to spell Nazi bastards who have no motivation to provide decent customer service at a fair price.
You are angry.
It works. You should try it. It actually works. If you're a Scrabble player, it works. Number 2, buy rocket launcher. And the number one activity.
Because you're not online. You can't buy it.
Hey, don't get ahead of me. On the number one activity during a Comcast outage during a pandemic, realizing that without internet I cannot buy a rocket launcher, build a rocket launcher instead.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you.
That was the music. Steve Goodie, everybody. Keep it going for Steve Goodie. Let me go back to me for a second.
Go back to you.
And go back to me for a second. So Sid, are you still here?
Yeah.
Are you still excited to join us for a set?
I am. I got a couple things to tell you. What's going on?
Oh, good. Well, you're not yet. Just calm down. You're getting too excited. Because actually,
Being occupied here.
Steve, do you have a song? Because you don't have a song, do you? You
What
do?
do you
Okay,
know?
I see you now, and you're picking up a guitar. Okay.
What do you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce Steve Goodie again. And he's holding a guitar, and he's going to sing a song. So let's hear about Steve Goodie and his song.
Now I can't find my guitar pick. Oh, here it is. Okay. One thing I really miss while we're having our pandemic is the ability to go anywhere. You've probably felt that too. But then you might realize air travel wasn't that great to begin with. Well, I checked my bag for $100. Let the TSA look up my butt. Ran to my gate just in time to board. The lady scanned my boarding pass. I stumbled down the ramp through first class to my seat in coach. That's all I could afford. But then they said, "Sir, you'll have to leave. We're overbooked. We need your seat. Come on, be a sport. Someone's gotta go." I said, "Hell no!" So I got beaten on a jet plane, dragged down the aisle to baggage claim. Hope someone caught it on video. Thank you. That's my song.
Oh, that was the song? Yay!
That's my song.
That was very cute. That was good. So, boy, those are the days.
Those were the days. I would
wish
kill
we
for
could have
United
that
Airlines
again.
to beat the hell out of me.
Yeah, I wish I'd take it if I could just go and work or do something. Although I got to tell you, it's been good being home. I will tell you, though, I took my life in my hands. As Jeff Shaw said, we both did a one-nighter on Tuesday in my hometown. So I drive 7 hours. I have dinner 6 foot away from my family. And I sit down, and I love a nice compliment. My dad's girlfriend looks at me, and she goes, "You know what? This is the first time your hair has looked good. What are you doing?" So, first time. She's known me 10 years.
Nice.
First time my hair looks good. So, I know it's very sad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. We have a special guest who is regretting every moment of his life right now. But he's still got to come in and do it. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask him, wait, Sid, is your name on your thing? Okay, there it is. So here he is. Let's look at him first.
Yay!
There's Sid Davis. Let's hear it for him, everybody. Sid, where'd you start your career?
In Charlotte, North Carolina, man.
Charlie,
Is
good
that
night.
where you are now?
No,
Comedy Zone class. I'm an alumni.
Who taught the class?
Tom Haynes.
Tom Hay. Oh, I haven't heard
Pate.
that name in a long time.
Joel
Yeah.
Pate.
Did he know what he was doing?
Tom Haynes did the best he could. And, Joel Pace
That's
has
a
seen
no,
so many
Brad.
comics. He knows what's funny, what's not. So he was pretty helpful.
So that is not a comedian. So, and Brad Greenberg, you guys were close, or was this after? He was gone by the time you started.
It was,
Yeah, they're Heffron.
yeah, that first class with Heffron and Greenberg they had some big hitters come out of that one. Paul Hooper and Julie Scoggins.
Carrot Top.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Yeah, they took all his money, man. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop talking. Let's hear it for Sid Davis. Go.
Well, hi, everybody. You know, I've shared, everybody has their pandemic stories and their social distancing stories. I saw it. I was at Circle K. That's just a convenience store here. And everybody's talking about a mask and no mask. And a lady was at the counter finishing her business, turned around, the guy behind her wasn't wearing a mask, and he was standing right on her. And she said, "You know, I'd appreciate it if you social distance, stayed 6 feet away." And he's like, "You know, you're out of your mind believing in something. You got 1 in a million things to catch in." And then he stepped up to the counter and he bought a Powerball ticket. So how ironic. Right here. I'm doing my numbers right here, and I can predict this, that my 2020 tax return will be the easiest one I've ever filled out.
Lots of zeros.
Yeah, it'll be a 1040. Holy shit! I don't know if we're allowed to say that. Just how many zeros can you write? I'm just going to buy a stamp from Amazon. It's just NA, non-applicable. Wait till next year. That's my tax return. Wait till next year. The only topical thing I have, I noticed, the Washington team. We'll do it like Prince, the team formerly known as the Redskins. They changed their name to the Washington football team.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to be called now, the Washington football. I think they should change a little bit and call it the Washington team football and just put WTF on their head. All right, this is good. I don't have to bring the bird out. I'm very happy. Edgar Allan Poe is with me all the time.
What is that?
It's a raven that not from Baltimore either.
Okay.
I'm normally I love doing comedy. I love doing shows for money. I raise money for myself now. I've did group charities now. It's all about me. I did a lot of St. Jude's. I love kids, because I love kids. I did a lot of animal rescue shelter to raise money because I love dogs and cats. And I did a lot of Susan Komen breast cancer shows because I love dogs and cats. And I was packing my suitcases, right, to a little while back to go do a show in Chicago, fundraiser for an organization called the Illinois Fatherhood Initiative. And that's to provide an environment of men to kids to grow up in an environment. These kids don't have men in their lives. That's very important. And my kids see me. They said, "Dad, you're at home. Wow, you're going to spend some time with us?" And I said, "No, I got to go raise money for kids whose fathers have abandoned them. I'm sorry, I got to do it." This is going good. We don't have to.
It is.
But yeah, I make jokes. I am a family man. I was worried during this pandemic. My mom's okay, but I call her every week. She's 85 years old, and I remember when Hurricane Irma was bearing down on Florida, and nobody knew which way it was going to go. And she called me from her retirement community. She was terrified, and she said, "Son, I don't know what to do. I'm too old to run. I've decided I'm going to stay right here and ride this hurricane out. Pray for me. I'm scared." And I was scared because Mom lives in Arizona. I know. That seems funny now, and I thought, well, shit, I'm their son. I'm swimming in this gene pool too. This is not funny at all. I think it's happening now every time I leave my keys in the freezer, which I have. And then my poor mom. Bless her heart, had to live with my dad for years. My dad was a good man. He provided food and clothing and shelter, but fun never. He wasn't a fun man. And I remember, you talk about baseball season. When I was 10 years old, I won tickets to a Cincinnati Reds game back when they used to let people go to the stadiums, and it was me and my dad at 10 years old. And remember your first stadium, the lights and the crowd and the noise. Never seen lights and grass so green. And I said to my dad, when the crowd roared, that gave me goosebumps. I said, "Dad, isn't this crowd exciting?" He just said, "No, look at all these damn people. We're going to have to leave early, beat the traffic." And I mean early, right after the national anthem. Just as how it goes. That's my dad. Everywhere he went, if you know these people, they're the most annoying people. They can't enjoy where they are. They have to leave. They have to worry about leaving early, beat the traffic. And that was my dad. Even in church, right? He was like, "If we leave now, we can beat the Baptist to the Cracker Barrel. Let's go." My dad. My dad. This is a true story about my dad. He's cheap.
How cheap is he?
I mean, we owned a farm once, and he was fixing a lawnmower, or not a lawnmower, but a tractor. And there was a part that was just a piece of metal with two holes in it, and a part. And he went to the John Deere place, and they told him it was $38 for that part. And he goes, well, that's just ridiculous. So he went to Sears and bought a $400 welder and made one himself. My dad.
Wow.
That's funny.
I know. Well, it
It's
was
supposed to be
I had
funny,
live
Brad.
with that for like 40 years.
I know. Okay, sorry, I was confused for a second.
But he was no fun. Like when I took my kid to his first game, we didn't leave early. His name was Andy. I remember he was 18 months old. I bought him a Johnny Bench uniform. And that kid, he loved that. Saturday night, me and my son, the noise and the lights and the crowd. And 18 months, he was so cute. And then what a Saturday night, me and my son. And then the next morning in church, at a quiet part, suddenly he goes, ice cold beer here. And, the church erupted. And it was a Catholic church. Guys were going right over here. Who said beer? Right? So we've been, I missed the cruise ships. You missed the cruise?
I do.
Did you ever do a nude cruise?
Yep.
Did you?
Yep. I did.
I want to hear your story. I went on a senior nude cruise.
Oh. Ooh.
I know they don't tell you that till they get there. I mean, naked people laying around. I was like, okay, well, I'll do this. And you got to put yourself in another mindset. But then the naked seniors had like Olympics up on the Lido deck. They had games. Now this is a game changer. Naked old people moving around, because the parts, they had an old man race around the track, right? Here's old men running naked. Now you know why they have jock dress, right? So because an old man finished first and his testicles finished second and third. It was a photo finish between second and third, but there's always that one that's hangs lower and waits for that.
I thought you were going to say like fourth and seventh.
Oh no.
And
third and fifth.
I got hypnotized watching the old women doing jumping jacks. It was vertigo. And you ever been on a cruise, Brad, and the ship will stop? Because one trick I like to play, I teach the kids to play this, is to go up on Lido deck, and it takes two kids and point out at nothing. And then one goes, oh, wow, look out there. And the other kid goes, wow, look at that. And then, the crowd gathers around them staring out at nothing. It's fun to do. And then one day there was something. We saw something and we pulled up, and it was a boat. You ever run into a boat full of Cuban refugees?
Wow.
And these people are looking for a better life. They're out in the ocean. They don't know what they're getting themselves into because they're starving. They're dehydrated. They're sunburned. And maritime law says, we need to take them in. It's the right thing to do. We take them in. We give them food and water. And the law says we have to drop them off healthy at our next port of destination, which was Havana, Cuba.
Yeah. Dark.
I felt that one coming.
I don't make the maritime law. And do you miss the buffets, Brad? I missed the.
No, I don't eat buffets.
Well, that's it. To many of the people that take the cruises, it's a floating golden corral. It's up there. It's everybody goes home the next week and steps on a scale, looks down, and says Lido deck. And I'm not a patient man. I got frustrated at buffets, any buffet, because I don't understand. I'm now they're not even let you put your own food on the plate, right? That's good. I like that because I don't know why buffet lines move so slow. There's no rocket science in putting stuff on your plate and moving along. I just ready to have a stroke, but like I'm behind a lady with the tongs inspecting potatoes, each potato. And what can she be thinking? She's inspecting these like a jeweler inspecting gems. Like this, what's wrong with this one? It's not round enough, or had dots. It looks like a mole on your ass. I don't know what. And I'm thinking to myself, lady, you're picking a potato, not a husband, And then I got to look at her husband, and I thought, okay, well, take your time. I get it. Have I done enough?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
You've done more than enough for Raven. So yeah, okay. Well, Well, usually I would talk to you now, but I'm going to stop because that was incredible. I'm going to bring me back on. So hi, everybody. Can you hear me, everybody?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Good. So I'm in the control room because I want to talk a little bit about how we do the show here. But my new cruise stories they're all old people. The youngest people are probably in their 40s. And I like to tell Fryman's. Did you ever know Fryman? Jeff, you knew Fryman.
I love
right?
Fryman.
I love Fry. He passed away. He was one of my favorite people on the planet Earth. Always in trouble, always causing a problem, always taking
had
a drug.
story. Yeah.
So his story about the nude cruise was that what's funny about him is there's no sex at all about it. It is the least sexual place you ever want to be, a nude cruise. And they're all very conservative, and it's wild. They're a good crowd. He said that he had a guy come up after the family show and say, you know what? It's really good to see. I'm so tired of dirty, filthy comedy. It is good to see a clean, wholesome show. And he said, sir, that would mean a lot to me if your junk wasn't touching my thigh. So,
Nice.
So I'm in the control room. I don't know if everybody knows we're live on Facebook. So after people start seeing this, we hope that you will maybe come and give some money, because you're right. You can go to virtualcomedyshow.com and donate to the show, and we give the money to Sid. And if there's a lot of money, we might take some, but mostly we'll give it to Sid or whoever the comic is that week, because none of us are working.
I'm on unemployment. Don't say that on getting unemployment. I didn't make a thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. So send money to me.
No.
And Steve. And also the three guys working here in the control room cost me tens of thousands of dollars a week. So please do. But even more important than sending us money through donations is all of us are on Spotify. We're all on any platform you're on. You put in Brad Tassell, you put in Steve Goodie, you put in Sid Davis. You're going to hear our work. You're going to hear our comedy. You're going to hear our songs. Steve and I have an incredible album out. You can't see because it's stupid background, but it's you can see it everywhere, and that's a good way to support all the artists in your life, because no artist is really making any money unless they're already hugely famous. And now we've got a special thing that no one knew about before we do one more song, and that is a new thing that happens on this show, and that is 1 minute with Jeff Shaw. Go.
All right.
Hi.
This is it's so new. I wasn't even told about it.
I know.
Well,
1 minute.
all I can say is you guys really put me in a good mood tonight, because I've been, as you know, I've been overly concerned with what's been going on in the news and stuff. And I just want to take this time to remind everybody that we're Americans, and this is America. And as Americans, we enjoy certain constitutional rights that should not be trampled upon, even during a time of crisis. So the next time you go to the supermarket to buy food for your family, don't let them tell you to wear a mask. But remember, the express lane is for 13 items or less.
And don't take 14.
Good point.
And the next time you go to the BMV to pay for your driver's license or tags, don't let them tell you to wear a mask. But be sure to take a number, or you'll have to wait in line all over again.
Jeff Shaw, everybody. Let's hear that. Our new feature, 1 minute with Jeff Shaw. So let's, Steve, do you have another small song you want to do real quick?
If you want me to, or we can just jump to the Thursday song, which is always fun.
Oh, okay, we can do
Whatever
that.
you like.
So
Let's do
save
that.
the song for next week. But first, let's ask right now. So Ellen, this was your first time. Was it okay?
Yes. It was more than okay.
It was good.
That sounds like a C+ to me.
That's right, yes! And that's what we're shooting for, everybody. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been great. Now what we do, Ellen, is we play the Thursday song, and then after it, I will cut off the live feed from Facebook, and if anybody wants to sit around for 5 minutes, we will do that and talk, okay?
Good.
Go ahead, Steve. Thank you all for coming. Again, let's do it.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all of the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursdays.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with Milk-Bone, Spam, and Pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday.